Hey, everyone. Are you ready for an awesome story? Imagine this, it's a super bright and sunny day in London. The sun is shining high in the sky, making everything look happy and warm. The streets are full of people, tourists from all over the world. They're walking around, chatting, and snapping tons of pictures with their cameras and phones. Click, click, click. Everyone's excited because they're here to see something really cool, the famous Royal Guard. Now, if you don't know who the Royal Guard are, let me tell you. They're these super serious soldiers who wear bright red coats and super tall black hats. Those hats are so big, they look like they could touch the clouds. The guards march back and forth in front of the palace, and they don't mess around. Step, 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 their boots hit the ground like a drum beat. They look so strong and proud, like they own the whole street. And guess what? That's kind of their job. They're there to protect the palace and make sure everything stays safe and orderly. On this sunny day, one of those guards is a guy named Tom. Tom is young, he's not an old man with a gray beard or anything like that. He's got bright eyes and a big smile he hides under his serious guard face. He loves his job. Every day, he puts on his red coat and tall hat, grabs his shiny boots, and marches outside the palace. Step, 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 he moves like a robot, but he's super proud to be a royal guard. It's a big deal to him. He stands tall, keeps his head up, and makes sure everyone knows he's doing something important. But here's the thing, and listen close because this is where it gets exciting. Nobody knows that this March, this one sunny day, is about to turn into the wildest, craziest day of Tom's whole life. Yup, something big is coming. Something unexpected. Something that's going to make everyone's jaw drop to the ground. But we're not there yet. Oh no, we're just getting started. Before I tell you more, let me ask you something super fun. Have you ever met someone who acts like the whole world spins just for them? You know, the kind of person who thinks they're the boss of everything and everyone? Maybe it's someone at school who always wants to be first in line. Or maybe it's a grown-up who talks really loud and acts like they're the most important person in the room. Have you met someone like that? Tell me about it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. Because today, we're going to meet one of those people. Her name is Karen. And trust me, she's about to make a huge, gigantic, oopsie-daisy mistake. Let's set the scene a little more, okay? The palace where Tom works is this big, fancy building. It's got tall walls and shiny gates, and it looks like something out of a fairy tale. Tourists love it. They stand outside the gates, pointing and whispering, "Wow, look at that." Kids press their faces against the bars, trying to peek inside. Grown-ups hold up their phones, snapping pictures of the guards as they march. It's a busy, happy place, and the air smells like flowers and hot dogs from the food carts nearby. Tom's been a guard for a while now. He knows the routine like the back of his hand. Every morning, he wakes up early. He puts on his red coat, it's super bright, like a fire truck. Then he grabs his tall black hat. That hat is so big, it's tricky to fit through doorways sometimes. He polishes his boots until they shine like mirrors. Then he heads to the palace. When he gets there, he stands super straight, looks ahead, and starts marching. Left, right, left, right. He doesn't smile or wave, even though the tourists try to make him laugh. Nope, Tom's a pro. He's got a job to do, and he's good at it. The crowd loves watching him. Little kids stare with big, round eyes. "Mommy, why doesn't he talk?" they ask. Their moms smile and say, "Because he's a royal guard, sweetie. He's supposed to be serious." Sometimes people cheer or clap when Tom marches by. He hears them, but he doesn't look. He just keeps going, step after step. It's all part of the show. The tourists take videos and post them online. "Look at this cool guard," they write. "Tom's kind of famous, but he doesn't even know it." Now, let's talk about this day, the wild day. It starts out normal. The sun is up, the sky is blue, and the crowd is buzzing. Tom's marching like always. His boots go tap, tap, tap on the pavement. His red coat glows in the sunlight. His tall hat sits perfectly on his head. Everything's fine. The tourists are happy, the palace looks pretty, and Tom's doing his thing. He's thinking about lunch, maybe something simple, like a sandwich. He's not expecting anything crazy. Why would he? It's just another day. But then oh boy, here it comes, something's about to happen. Someone's about to step into Tom's world and turn everything upside down. That someone is Karen. Yup, Karen's coming, and she's bringing trouble with her. Big trouble. The kind of trouble that makes people gasp and say, no way. The kind of trouble that turns a regular day into a story nobody will forget. Who is Karen, you ask? Well, she's not a guard. She's not a tourist with a camera. She's not a kid with a balloon. Karen is Karen. She's a lady who thinks she's super important. She walks around like she's the queen of everything. Her hair is big, her voice is loud, and she's got this look on her face that says, I'm in charge here. She's the kind of person who cuts in line at the store and doesn't say sorry. The kind of person who yells at waiters when her food takes too long. You know the type, right? We've all seen a Karen somewhere. On this day, Karen's at the palace. She's got her phone out, ready to take pictures. She's wearing a big hat not as cool as Tom's, though, and sunglasses that make her look like a movie star. She's bossing people around already. Move over, she snaps at a family trying to take a photo. I need space. The family scoots away, confused. Karen doesn't care. She's here to get the perfect picture, and nothing's going to stop her. Or so she thinks. Tom's still marching. He doesn't see Karen yet. He's focused on his steps, left, right, left, right. The crowd's watching him, not her. But Karen's about to change that. She's about to do something so silly, so wild, that everyone's going to turn and stare. And poor Tom. He's got no idea what's coming. He's just a guy doing his job, proud to be a guard, happy to march in the sunshine. He's not ready for Karen. Nobody is. Let's paint the picture a little more. The street's busy, like I said. There's a guy selling ice cream nearby, vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. Kids are licking their cones, getting sticky faces. A lady's walking her dog, and the dog's barking at the guards. Woof, woof, it says, wagging its tail. The tourists are everywhere, some from America, some from Japan, some from places Tom's never even heard of. They're all smiling, having a great time. It's loud and fun and full of energy. Tom's in the middle of it all. He's the star of the show, even if he doesn't know it. His red coat stands out like a big, bright flag. His hat wobbles a tiny bit when he turns. His boots keep going tap, tap, tap. He's marched this path 100 times. Maybe 1,000. He knows every crack in the pavement, every spot where the tourists stand. It's his world, and he's good at keeping it calm. But Karen? She's not calm. She's loud. She's pushy. She's ready to make a scene. She's stomping through the crowd now, elbowing people out of her way. Excuse me, she says, but she doesn't mean it. She's got her eyes on the guards, on Tom. She wants a picture, and she wants it now. She doesn't care about the rules. She doesn't care that the guards are working. To Karen, the world's all about her. And that's where the trouble starts. So, what's going to happen? How's this normal, sunny day going to turn wild? What's Karen going to do, and how's Tom going to handle it? I'll give you a tiny hint, it's going to be big. It's going to be funny. And it's going to make you say, oh wow, no way. But we're not there yet. Nope, we're still at the beginning. The hook. The part that grabs you and pulls you in. Let me ask you again, have you ever met a Karen? Someone who acts like they're the king or queen of everything. Maybe at the park, or at school, or even at home. Tell me in the comments, because I bet you've got a story. And if you like stories like this, fun ones, wild ones, ones that make you laugh and cheer, hit that subscribe button. We've got tons more coming your way. For now, picture Tom. He's marching. Step, step, step. The sun's shining. The crowd's watching. And Karen's getting closer. She's about to step right into his path. She's about to make that huge mistake I told you about. What's it going to be? How's it going to shake up Tom's day? Stick with me, because this is just the start. The wildest day of Tom's life is about to kick off, and you won't believe what happens next. Alright, friends, let's jump right back into the story. Tom, our royal guard, is doing his thing. He's marching along outside the big, fancy palace in London. His shiny black boots are clicking on the pavement, click, click, click like a steady drumbeat. His bright red coat glows in the sunshine, and his tall black hat sits perfectly on his head. He's moving left, right, all serious and proud. The crowd is watching him, snapping pictures, and whispering to each other. Everything's normal. Everything's fine. Until, boom. Out of nowhere, this lady shows up. Her name? Karen. And she's about to stir up some big trouble. So, here's what happens. Tom's marching along, minding his own business. The sun's shining, the tourists are happy, and the air smells like flowers and ice cream. He's in his groove, step, when suddenly, Karen steps right in front of him. Yup, she just walks out of the crowd and plops herself smack in his path. She's not shy about it either. She's got her phone in her hand, holding it up high, snapping selfies like she's a superstar. Click, click, click goes her camera. And then she starts yelling. "Move it, soldier boy," she shouts, loud enough for everyone to hear. "You're ruining my shot." The crowd freezes. Everyone's eyes go wide. You can hear people suck in their breath, gasp, like they can't believe what's happening. See, here's the thing, everyone knows you don't mess with the royal guard. Those guys in the red coats and tall hats? They're super serious. They don't stop for anyone. Not for kids, not for dogs, not even for someone dropping their ice cream cone right in front of them. They just keep marching left, right like nothing's wrong. It's their job, and they're really good at it. But Karen? Oh no, she doesn't care about that. Not one bit. She plants her feet on the ground like she owns the whole palace. She's not moving. Nope, she's staying right there, blocking Tom's way. Now, let's talk about Tom for a second. He's a pro. He's been a guard for a while, and he knows how to handle stuff like this. When Karen steps in front of him, he doesn't freak out. He doesn't yell back. He doesn't even blink. His face stays stone cold like a statue. That's how he's trained. No smiling, no talking, no nothing. Just march, march, march. So, even though Karen's standing there, shouting and waving her phone, Tom keeps going. Step, step, step. He's coming closer to her, but he doesn't stop. Not yet. Karen, though. She's not done. Oh no, she's just getting started. She starts waving her arms around like she's trying to fly. "Hey," she yells again. "Move it. I'm a taxpayer. I deserve respect." Her voice is loud, super loud. It bounces off the palace walls and makes everyone turn their heads. She's pointing at Tom like he's doing something wrong. "You're in my way," she screeches. "I need this picture." She's flipping her hair and stomping her foot, acting like she's the most important person in the whole world. The crowd can't believe it. People start whispering to each other. "Who is that lady?" someone asks. "Why's she yelling at the guard?" another person says. A little kid, maybe 5 or 6 years old, tugs on his mom's sleeve. "Mommy," he says, his eyes big and round, "why's that lady so mad?" His mom shakes her head and whispers, "I don't know, sweetie. She's being silly." And she's right, Karen's being super silly. But she doesn't see it that way. Nope, she thinks she's right and Tom's wrong. Big mistake, Karen. Big mistake. Let's zoom in on Karen for a minute. She's wearing a big floppy hat, not as cool as Tom's tall guard hat, but still pretty fancy. She's got giant sunglasses on, the kind that cover half her face. She's holding her phone like it's a prize, snapping pictures of herself over and over. Click, click, click. She's been bossing people around all day. Before she got to Tom, she was pushing through the crowd, telling tourists to move. "Out of my way," she snapped at a family with a stroller. "I need space." The family moved, confused, but Karen didn't say thank you. Nope, she just kept going, acting like she's the Queen of London. Now she's standing in front of Tom, and she's not happy. She wanted a perfect selfie with the palace in the background. You know, one of those pictures you put online to show off. But Tom's marching right where she wants to stand. To her, he's not a guard doing his job, he's just a problem. Move it, she yells again, waving her phone. You're ruining everything. She's so loud, even the birds in the trees stop chirping for a second. Everyone's watching now. The tourists, the kids, the ice cream guy, everyone. Tom keeps marching. Step, step, step. His boots keep clicking, click, click, click. He's getting closer to Karen, but he doesn't slow down. His face is still blank, like he doesn't even see her. That's the Royal Guard way. They don't argue, they don't shout, they just keep going. But you can bet he hears her. Oh yeah, he hears every word. Soldier boy, she calls him. Taxpayer, she shouts. Tom doesn't flinch. He's too cool for that. The crowd's getting nervous now. People are shifting on their feet, looking at each other. Is he going to hit her? A lady whispers. No way, her friend says. Guards don't do that. A man with a big camera leans forward, filming the whole thing. This is wild, he mutters. Kids are peeking through the crowd, trying to see what's happening. Mommy, is she in trouble? The little kid asks again. His mom shrugs. Maybe, she says. She's not supposed to do that. Karen doesn't notice the whispers. She's too busy yelling. I deserve respect, she says again, louder this time. I pay for this place. I pay your salary. She's pointing at Tom like he's her servant or something. She thinks she's winning. She thinks Tom's going to stop, turn around, and march away just because she told him to. Ha! She's so wrong. She has no idea who she's messing with. Tom's not just some random guy in a red coat. Oh no, he's way more than that. But we'll get to that part later. For now, Karen's digging herself into a big, messy hole. Let's talk about the crowd some more. There's all kinds of people watching this go down. There's a grandma with a big purse, shaking her head. What a rude lady, she mutters. There's a dad holding his little girl's hand. The girl's got an ice cream cone, and she's staring at Karen with her mouth open. Ice cream's dripping down her hand, but she doesn't care, she's too busy watching. There's a group of teenagers giggling behind their phones. This is going online, one of them says, hitting record. Everyone's got their eyes on Karen and Tom. It's like a big show, and Karen's the star, but not in a good way. Tom's still coming closer. Step, step, step. His boots are loud, click, click, click. Karen's still standing there, arms crossed now. She's glaring at him through her big sunglasses. Move, she snaps one more time. She's so sure he's going to listen. She's so sure she's in charge. But here's the thing, Tom doesn't stop for anyone. Not for loud ladies, not for pushy tourists, not for anything. He's a royal guard, and he's got a job to do. Karen doesn't get that. She thinks the world spins just for her. The tension's building now. You can feel it in the air. It's like when you're watching a movie and something big's about to happen. The crowd's holding their breath. Will Tom stop? Will he push her? Will Karen move? Nobody knows yet. The little kid tugs his mom's sleeve again. Mommy, what's he gonna do? He asks. Just watch, his mom says, her eyes glued to the scene. Everyone's watching. Everyone's waiting. Karen's voice gets even louder. I'm not moving, she declares, stomping her foot like a kid having a tantrum. You move. She's waving her phone again, taking more selfies even though Tom's right there. Click, click, click. She's smiling for the camera, acting like she's the hero of the story. Look at me, telling off this guard, she probably thinks. She's so proud of herself. She has no clue how silly she looks. The crowd's starting to laugh now, little giggles at first, then bigger ones. She's crazy, someone says. Totally nuts, another person agrees. Tom's almost to her now. Step, step, step. He's so close, Karen could reach out and touch his red coat if she wanted to. But she doesn't. She just stands there, yelling and posing. Respect me, she shouts. I'm important. The crowd's giggling louder. The grandma shakes her head again. Oh dear, she says. The teenagers are laughing so hard they're holding their stomachs. This is gold, one of them yells. Even the ice cream guy's smiling, leaning out of his cart to watch. But here's the secret: Karen's in way over her head. She thinks she's picking on some random guard, some guy who'll back down because she's loud. She's wrong. Tom's not just any guard. He's tough. He's smart. And he's got something up his sleeve that Karen doesn't see coming. She's about to find out she picked the wrong guy to mess with. Oh yeah, this is going to get good. The tension's thick now. You can almost touch it. Tom's boots keep clicking, click, click, click. Karen's voice keeps ringing, yell, yell, yell. The crowd's buzzing, whisper, whisper, giggle. It's all building up to something. Something wild. Something that's going to make everyone say, no way. But we're not there yet. Nope, we're still in the middle of the mess. Karen's making it worse, and Tom's staying cool. What's going to happen next? Stick around, because this story's just heating up. Okay, friends, let's keep the story rolling. We're picking up right where we left off. Tom, our awesome royal guard, is marching along step, step, step outside the big, fancy palace in London. His boots are clicking on the pavement, his red coat is shining in the sun, and his tall black hat is sitting proud on his head. He's cool, calm, and doing his job like a champ. But Karen? Oh boy, Karen's making a huge mess. She's standing right in his way, yelling her head off, and things are about to get even wilder. Ready? Let's go. So, the minutes are ticking by. Tick, 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 like a clock counting down to something big. Karen's tantrum is getting louder and louder. She's not calming down, not even a little bit. Nope, she's turning up the volume. Do you know who I am? She screeches, her voice so high and squeaky it sounds like a bird on a bad day. She's pointing at Tom with one hand and waving her phone with the other. I could have you fired, she yells. Fired? Gone. Out of a job. She's acting like she's the boss of the whole world, and Tom's just some guy she can boss around. But Tom? He doesn't care. Not one bit. He just keeps marching step, step, step right toward her. His face is still stone cold, like a statue in a park. No smile, no frown, no nothing. Just blank. His boots go click, click, click on the ground, steady as ever. He's not speeding up, he's not slowing down. He's just moving forward, closer and closer to Karen. The crowd's watching, and they're super quiet now. You can almost hear their hearts beating, thump, thump, thump. Everyone's holding their breath, waiting to see what happens next. Will Tom stop? Will he push her? Will Karen finally move? Nobody knows yet, and it's making everyone super nervous. Here's a little hint, though, something cool to keep you guessing. Tom's not just any guard. Nope, he's special. He's been doing this job for years, lots and lots of years. And in all that time, he's seen people like Karen before. Loud people. Pushy people. People who think they're more important than everyone else. He's watched them, studied them, and learned how they act. And guess what? He's got something up his sleeve. Something sneaky. Something that's going to surprise everyone, especially Karen. But we're not telling you what it is yet. Oh no, you've got to wait a little longer for that. Karen doesn't know any of this, of course. She's too busy yelling. She stomps her foot on the ground, thump, like a kid who didn't get candy at the store. I'm not moving, she shouts, loud enough for the whole street to hear. She crosses her arms, sticks out her chin, and blocks Tom's path again. She's standing right where he's supposed to march, and she's not budging. Not an inch. She's got her big sunglasses on, her floppy hat flopping in the breeze, and her phone ready to take more selfies. She's glaring at Tom like he's the bad guy here. Move it, she snaps again. You're ruining my day. The tourists can't believe it. They're all pulling out their phones now, click, 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 filming every second of this. This is crazy, a lady whispers to her friend. She's nuts, her friend whispers back. A dad with a little boy lifts his kid onto his shoulders so the boy can see better. Look at that lady, the dad says. The boy giggles and points. She's funny, he says. The teenagers from before are still recording, laughing behind their screens. This is going viral, one of them says. Totally, another agrees. This is getting juicy, super juicy, and everyone wants to catch it on camera. But here's the thing Karen doesn't see. Tom's got a tiny smirk on his face. It's so quick, so small, you'd miss it if you blinked. Blink and it's gone. It's just a little twitch at the corner of his mouth, like he knows something funny that nobody else does. He's still marching step, 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 still cool as ice, but that smirk? It's a clue. A tiny hint that something big is coming. Something wild. Something that's going to make Karen wish she'd stayed home today. She doesn't notice it, though. She's too busy shouting and posing for her selfies. She's got no clue what's about to hit her. Let's zoom out for a second and look at the scene. The sun's still shining, bright and warm. The palace looks huge and pretty behind its shiny gates. The crowd's growing bigger, more tourists are walking over to see what's going on. What's happening? A new guy asks, pushing through with his camera. Some lady's yelling at the guard, someone tells him. No way, he says, and starts filming too. Kids are running around, tugging on their parents' hands. Mommy, look, they say. Daddy, see that lady. The ice cream guy's still watching from his cart, licking his lips like he's enjoying the show. Even the birds in the trees are quiet, like they're waiting to see what happens next. Tom's getting closer now. Step, step, step. His boots are loud, click, click, click. He's maybe 10 steps away from Karen. Then 9. Then 8. The crowd's buzzing, whisper, whisper, whisper. He's not stopping, a lady says. He can't stop, her friend says. It's the rules. A little girl with pigtails tugs her mom's sleeve. Is he gonna bump her? She asks. I don't know, her mom says, eyes wide. Everyone's guessing, wondering, waiting. The air feels tight, like it's holding its breath too. Karen's still going strong. Do you know who I am? She yells again. I'm important. I could call your boss. I could get you in big trouble. She's waving her arms like she's directing traffic. Her voice is so loud, it's bouncing off the palace walls, echo, echo, echo. She's stomping her foot again, thump, 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 kicking up little clouds of dust. I'm not moving, she says. You move. She's so sure she's going to win this. She thinks Tom's scared of her. She thinks he's going to turn around and march the other way. Ha! She's so wrong. So wrong. Tom's down to 7 steps now. Step, step, step. 6 steps. Click, click, click. His red coat's glowing like a big, bright flag. His tall hat wobbles just a tiny bit as he moves. His face is still blank, no smile, no frown, just cool and calm. But that smirk? It flashes again just for a second. Blink and you'd miss it. It's like he's saying, oh, Karen, you have no idea. He's not worried. Not scared. Not even a little bit. He's got this under control, and Karen doesn't even see it. The crowd's getting louder now. Not yelling loud, but whisper loud. He's so close, a man says. She's not moving, a lady gasps. The teenagers are giggling again. This is epic, one says. Best day ever, another laughs. The little boy on his dad's shoulders claps his hands. Go, guard, go, he cheers. His dad chuckles. Let's see what happens, he says. Everyone's on edge, leaning forward, watching every step Tom takes. 5 steps now. 4 steps. Click, click, click. Karen's tantrums hitting a new level. I deserve respect, she screeches. I'm a taxpayer. I pay for this palace. I pay for you. She's pointing at Tom like he's her servant. Move it, soldier boy, she yells again. She's taking more selfies, click, 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 smiling big for the camera. Look at me, standing up to this guy, she probably thinks. She's so proud, so sure she's the star of this show. The crowd's laughing now, not quiet giggles, but real laughs. She's crazy, a kid says. Totally bonkers, his friend agrees. Even the grandma from before is smiling, shaking her head. Oh my, she says. What a silly lady. Tom's at 3 steps. Step, step, step. 2 steps. Click, Click, click. He's so close, Karen's big hat is almost touching his coat. But she doesn't move. Nope, she stands her ground, yelling and waving. I'm not scared of you, she shouts. You're nothing. Move. She's so loud, the dogs down the street start barking woof, woof, woof. The tourists are filming like crazy now, every phone's up, every camera's rolling. This is the moment everyone's been waiting for. One step left. Click. And then there's that smirk again. Tom's tiny, sneaky smirk. It's fast, super fast, but it's there. Blink and it's gone. He's still marching, still calm, still cool. But that smirk? It's a promise. A little sign that something's coming. Something big. Something that's going to flip this whole scene upside down. Karen doesn't see it. She's too busy screeching and snapping pictures. She's got no clue she's about to get the shock of her life. No clue at all. Let's slow down for a second and look around. The sun's still up, the sky's still blue. The palace gates are shining in the light. The crowd's packed tight, people elbow to elbow, watching Tom and Karen like it's a big game. The little girl with pigtails is bouncing on her toes. He's gonna get her, she says. Her mom shushes her, but she's smiling too. The dad with the boy on his shoulders is grinning. This is better than TV, he says. The teenagers are still filming, still laughing. She's toast, one says. Totally, another nods. Tom's not just marching now, he's closing in. He's right there, one step away. Karen's still yelling, still posing, still acting like she's the queen of everything. But she's missing the hints. She's missing the smirk. She's missing the way the crowd's looking at Tom like they know he's got this. She's missing the little signs that something's about to change. Something's about to happen. Something wild and crazy and oh so fun. The tension's huge now. You can feel it like a big balloon ready to pop. Tom's boots are loud, click, click, click. Karen's voice is loud, yell, yell, yell. The crowd's buzzing, whisper, laugh, gasp. It's all building up, higher and higher. What's Tom going to do? What's his secret? What's that smirk all about? We're not telling you yet, not all of it. But here's another hint, Tom's been ready for this. He's seen Karen's before, and he knows how to handle them. He's got a trick, a plan, a little surprise. And Karen? She's walking right into it. So, what's next? Will Tom stop? Will Karen move? Will something wild happen? Stick with me, because this story's getting hotter by the second. The minutes are ticking, the tension's growing, and the big moment's coming. Karen's loud, Tom's sneaky, and the crowd's loving it. Get ready, friends, something big's about to drop, and you won't believe what happens next. Alright, friends, here we go. This is the big moment, the part you've all been waiting for. Tom, our awesome royal guard, is right in the middle of his wildest day ever. He's been marching step, step, step outside the fancy palace in London, with his red coat shining and his tall black hat sitting proud. Karen, the loud lady with the big hat and the phone, has been yelling at him, blocking his way, and making a huge fuss. The crowd's been watching, holding their breath, waiting to see what happens. And now, oh boy, now it's time for the climax, the big, exciting twist that's going to make everyone's jaw drop. Ready? Let's dive in. So, picture this. Tom's marching step, 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 getting closer and closer to Karen. His boots are clicking on the pavement, click, 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 like a steady drum beat. Karen's standing right in his path, arms crossed, yelling her head off. Move it, soldier boy, she's been shouting. I'm not moving, she's been saying. The crowd's buzzing, whispering, giggling, filming, waiting to see if Tom stops or if Karen moves. It's super tense, like a rubber band stretched tight, ready to snap. Everyone's eyes are glued to them. What's going to happen? Nobody knows yet. And then bam, it happens. Suddenly, Tom stops marching. Yup, he just stops. Right there, one step away from Karen. His boots go quiet, no more click, click, click. His red coat stops moving, his tall hat stops wobbling. He's standing still, face blank like always, looking straight ahead. The crowd goes dead silent. No whispers, no giggles, No, nothing. You could hear a pin drop. Everyone staring, mouths open, eyes wide. Did Tom really stop? Did Karen win? Is this it? Karen thinks so. Oh yeah, she's sure she's the big winner here. She smirks, a big, smug smile spreads across her face. She crosses her arms tighter, sticks out her chin, and looks at Tom like she's the queen and he's her servant. That's right, she says, her voice loud and proud. Bow to me, soldier. She's so happy, so sure she's in charge. She thinks Tom stopped because of her, because she yelled loud enough, stomped hard enough, acted big enough. She's grinning like she just won a prize. I told you, she says. I'm important. You have to listen to me. She's already reaching for her phone again, ready to take a victory selfie. But wait, hold on a second. This isn't over. Not even close. Because right then, Tom does something nobody expects. Not Karen, not the crowd, not even the little birds in the trees. He reaches into his pocket super quick, super smooth, and pulls out a whistle. A shiny, silver whistle. He puts it to his lips and blows it loud and sharp. Whee! The sound cuts through the air like a knife. It's so loud, it echoes off the palace walls. Whee, whee, whee. Everyone jumps a little, even Karen. Her smirk wobbles, but she doesn't know what's coming yet. Before Karen can blink, before she can even figure out what that whistle means, 2 more guards appear. Yup, 2 more guys in red coats and tall hats come running from the side of the palace. Step, step, step. Their boots are loud too. They move fast, like they've been waiting for this. The crowd gasps "oh," as the guards line up next to Tom. But that's not all. Oh no, there's more. Behind the guards, walking slow and steady, comes a police officer. A real police officer, with a blue uniform, a shiny badge, and a serious look on his face. Oh yeah, things just got real, super real. Karen's jaw drops. Her mouth falls open so wide, you could fit an apple in there. Her big sunglasses slip down her nose a little, and her floppy hat tilts to one side. She's staring at the guards, then at the police officer, then back at Tom. What? She stammers. Her voice isn't loud anymore, it's small and shaky. She's not smirking now. Nope, she's confused. She's scared. She's starting to realize she might have messed up big time. The police officer steps forward. He's tall, with a deep voice that makes everyone listen. Ma'am, he says, looking right at Karen, you're under arrest for obstructing a royal guard on duty. Boom. There it is, the big news. Arrested. Karen's eyes go wide, bigger than her sunglasses. What? She squeaks. Arrested? Me. She's waving her arms again, but not in a bossy way, in a panicky way. You can't do that, she yells. I'm a taxpayer. I'm important. But the officer doesn't budge. He just nods to the guards, and they step closer to her. The crowd explodes, cheers everywhere. Yay, people shout. Woohoo, kids yell. They're clapping, jumping, laughing like it's a big party. The little boy on his dad's shoulders pumps his fist in the air. Yes, he cheers. The teenagers high-five each other. Told you she was toast, one says. The grandma from before claps her hands. Good for him, she says. Everyone's so happy, so excited. They've been waiting for this, waiting for Karen to get what's coming to her. And now it's happening. But here's the best part, the real kicker. Tom finally speaks. Yup, for the first time all day, he opens his mouth. His voice is calm but firm, like a teacher who knows he's right. He looks at Karen and says, I'm not just a guard. I'm Captain Thomas Reed, head of palace security. And you, ma'am, just crossed the wrong line. Boom. There it is, the big reveal. The crowd goes wild, louder cheers, bigger gasps. No way, a lady yells. Captain, a man shouts. Karen's face turns red, redder than Tom's coat. She's shaking now, her phone slipping out of her hand. Clunk, it hits the ground. Let's break this down, because it's so cool. Tom isn't just some regular guard marching back and forth. Nope, he's the boss, the head of security. That means he's in charge of keeping the whole palace safe. All the guards, all the rules, all the big stuff, that's his job. He's been watching Karen this whole time, knowing exactly what to do. That whistle. That was his signal. Those guards and the police officer? They came because he called them. Tom's not just tough, he's smart. And Karen? She had no idea who she was messing with. Karen's standing there, frozen. Her big hat's crooked, her sunglasses are halfway off, and her face is bright red like a tomato. You're what? She stutters. Captain. She can't believe it. She thought Tom was just some random guy in a funny uniform. She thought she could yell at him, boss him around, make him move. But nope, he's the big boss. She crossed the wrong line, all right. She picked the worst person to mess with. Oops, Karen. The crowd's still cheering. Clap, clap, clap. The little girl with pigtails is bouncing up and down. He's the captain, she squeals. Her mom's laughing. I didn't see that coming, she says. The dad with the boy on his shoulders grins. That's awesome, he says. The teenagers are filming like crazy. Zoom, zoom, zoom. This is the best, one yells. Even the ice cream guy's clapping from his cart. Way to go, Captain, he shouts. Everyone loves this. It's like Tom's a superhero, and Karen's the villain who just lost the fight. Let's zoom in on Karen for a second. She's a mess now. Her big plan yelling at Tom, getting her perfect selfie, looking like a big shot, it's all falling apart. She's not the queen anymore. She's not important. She's just a lady in trouble. The police officer steps closer, pulling out his handcuffs. Click, click. Ma'am, come with me, he says. Karen shakes her head. No. You can't, she cries. But she's wrong, they can. She broke the rules. Blocking a royal guard isn't just rude, it's against the law. And now she's paying for it? Tom's standing there, cool as ever. His red coat still perfect, his hat still tall. He's not smirking anymore, just calm and steady. He's done his job. He didn't yell, he didn't push, he didn't lose his cool. He just waited, watched, and then bam, dropped the big surprise. Captain Thomas Reed, he said. That's his name, and it's a big deal. The crowd's still buzzing. Whisper, cheer, clap. They're talking about him now, not Karen. He's the head of security, a lady says. So cool, a kid yells. Tom's the star now, and he deserves it. Karen's not cheering, though. Nope, she's in shock. Her face is red, her hands are shaky, and her phone's on the ground. She looks at Tom, then at the guards, then at the police officer. This isn't fair, she whines. I didn't know. But it's too late for that. She didn't know because she didn't care. She thought she could do whatever she wanted, yell, block, boss people around. She thought Tom was nothing. Boy, was she wrong. The guards step in now, standing on either side of Karen. They're tall and serious, just like Tom. The police officer's ready with the handcuffs. Let's go, ma'am, he says again. Karen's still arguing, I'm a taxpayer. I deserve respect. But nobody's listening. The crowd's too busy cheering. Clap, clap, clap. Bye-bye, a kid yells. See ya, another laughs. Karen's big moment? It's over. And Tom's big reveal? It's just beginning. Let's slow down and soak this in. Tom stopped marching suddenly, boom, done. The crowd went silent. SHH. Karen smirked, ha, I won. Then Tom blew the whistle, and everything changed. Guards came, a police officer came, and Karen's in trouble, big trouble. And the best part? Tom's not just a guard, he's Captain Thomas Reed, the boss of Palace Security. Karen's face went red, the crowd went wild, and the whole scene flipped upside down. It's the climax, the big, exciting top of the story. And it's awesome. The sun's still shining, the palace still looks fancy. But now everyone's talking about Tom. Captain Reed, they say. So cool, they cheer. Karen's not the star anymore, she's the one who messed up. The whistle, the guards, the police, it all happened so fast, like a lightning bolt zap. And that reveal? I'm Captain Thomas Reed, it's the line everyone's going to remember. Karen had no idea, and now she's finding out the hard way. The crowd's still going nuts, cheer, clap, laugh. The little boy's waving his arms. He's the best, he yells. The teenagers are posting their videos tap, tap, tap. Captain vs. Karen, one writes. The grandma's smiling big. Serves her right, she says. Everyone's happy, everyone's excited. Tom's the hero, and Karen's the one who lost. Big time. Alright, friends, we're at the end of this wild ride, or almost the end. The big moment just happened. Tom, our awesome royal guard, turned out to be Captain Thomas Reed, the head of palace security. He blew his whistle, called in more guards and a police officer, and totally shocked Karen, the loud lady who thought she could boss him around. The crowd went crazy with cheers, and now it's time to wrap things up. This is the resolution, the part where everything gets sorted out and justice is served. Let's see how it all plays out with super simple words you can totally get. Okay. Here we go. So, after Tom's big reveal, I'm Captain Thomas Reed. The police officer steps right up to Karen. He's got shiny silver handcuffs in his hands, click, click, and he puts them on her wrists. Snap. They lock tight. Karen's face is still red, redder than a fire truck, and she's not happy, not one bit. This is outrageous, she yells, her voice all wobbly and loud. I'll sue. I'll tell everyone. You can't do this to me. She's wiggling her arms, trying to shake off the cuffs, but they're stuck. The police officer just shakes his head. Ma'am, you broke the law, he says, super calm. Come with me. Karen keeps talking blah, 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 but nobody's listening. Nope, not the officer, not the guards, not even the crowd. They're all done with her yelling. The two extra guards in red coats stand close, making sure she doesn't run off. The officer starts walking her away, step, 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 toward a police car parked down the street. Karen's still sputtering, I'm important. I'm a taxpayer, but her words just float away like bubbles popping in the air. Pop, 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 nobody cares anymore. The crowd. Oh, they're loving this. As the police take Karen away, everyone starts clapping, clap, clap, clap. It's loud, like a big thunderstorm of hands. Yay, Tom, a kid shouts. Good job, Captain, a lady cheers. People are smiling, laughing, jumping up and down. Tom, cool as ever, just tips his tall black hat a little like a tiny wave to say thanks. Then he turns around, swish, and goes right back to his march. Step, 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 his boots click on the pavement again, just like before. It's like nothing happened. He's back to work, calm and proud, doing his job. But while Tom's marching, word spreads fast like wildfire. People in the crowd start talking, whispering, telling each other what just went down. Did you hear? A man says. She got arrested. Yeah, a lady nods. And he's the captain. The little boy on his dad's shoulders tugs his dad's ear. Daddy, she's in jail now, right? He asks. Yup, his dad says, grinning. She's in big trouble. The news jumps from person to person, zip, zap, zoom like a game of telephone. And guess what? Karen's little stunt, the one where she blocked Tom and yelled at him, lands her a night in jail. Yup, she's got to sleep in a cell with bars and a hard bed. Plus, she gets a hefty fine, a big bill she has to pay. Ouch. Turns out, blocking a royal guard isn't just rude, it's illegal. Whoops. Karen didn't know that, or maybe she didn't care. Either way, she's finding out now. The law says you can't mess with the guards while they're working. It's a rule to keep everyone safe and happy. But Karen broke it big time. She stood in Tom's way, yelled at him, and acted like she owned the place. Now she's paying the price. A night in jail and a fine? That's what you get when you pick the wrong fight? Let's jump back to the palace for a minute. Tom's done with his march for now, and he's inside with his guard buddies. They're all in their red coats, sitting around, chatting and laughing. Hey, Tom, one of them says, holding up his hand. High five, smack. You got her good. Another guard grins. She didn't see that coming, huh, he laughs. Nope. Tom says, smiling just a little. She thought I was just some guy. Surprise. They all crack up, ha, 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 like it's the funniest thing ever. Captain Tom strikes again, one buddy says, patting him on the back. They're proud of him, And Tom's proud too. He didn't yell or fight, he just stayed cool and let justice do its thing. Meanwhile, the tourists outside. They're still buzzing about it. They're standing by the palace gates, talking non-stop. That lady was crazy, a kid says, licking an ice cream cone. Yeah, his friend nods. She thought she could boss around a captain. A lady with a big camera shakes her head. I got it all on video, she says. The whole thing. A man next to her laughs. She's famous now, but not in a good way. They're all telling the story over and over, like it's the best show they've ever seen. The crazy lady versus the captain, they say. And the captain won. Karen's big selfie moment? Oh, it's gone totally wrong. She wanted a perfect picture to show off her standing by the palace, looking like a star. But now, that moment's something else. It's a viral video spreading all over the internet like a rocket. People are posting it everywhere. Click, click, click with titles like entitled Karen vs. Royal Guard. Guess who's the hero? Yup, Tom. The videos show Karen yelling, Tom staying calm, the whistle blowing "we," and then the big reveal, I'm Captain Thomas Reed. Boom. Everyone watching online is cheering too. Go, Captain, they write. Karen got what she deserved, they say. Tom's the star now, and Karen's the one who looks silly. Let's picture Karen for a second. She's sitting in jail now, probably on a hard bench, staring at the wall. Her big hat's gone, her sunglasses are off, and her phone? It's not with her anymore. She's not taking selfies now, no way. She's probably grumbling, this isn't fair. But it is fair. She broke the rules, and rules are there for a reason. She thought she could push Tom around because he was just a guard in a funny uniform. Nope. He's the captain, the boss. She didn't see that coming, and now she's stuck. Back outside, the sun's still shining. The palace looks pretty as ever, big walls, shiny gates, all fancy and tall. The crowd's thinning out now, people are walking away, still talking about Tom and Karen. Best day ever, a teenager says, posting his video. Captain Tom's my hero, a little girl tells her mom. The ice cream guy's still there, selling cones, vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. What a show, he says to a customer. That captain's something else. Everyone agrees Tom's the coolest. Tom's back to work now, step, 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 marching like nothing happened. His buddies are still chuckling inside, giving him thumbs ups when he passes by. Nice one, Captain, they say. He nods, keeping his face blank like a good guard, but you can bet he's smiling inside. He didn't just stop Karen, he showed everyone who's boss. And he did it without yelling or fighting, just a whistle and a few calm words. That's real power. The news about Karen keeps spreading, zip, zap, zoom. By night, it's all over London. Lady arrested at palace, people say. She messed with the wrong guard, they laugh. The fine she has to pay? It's big, like, really big. Maybe hundreds of dollars. She'll be mad about that for weeks. And the jail part? She's there till morning, locked up, no phone, no selfies. I'll sue, she said, but nobody thinks she'll win. She broke the law, plain and simple. Whoops, Karen. The tourists keep their videos rolling online. Click, click, click. Entitled Karen vs. Royal Guard is everywhere, on phones, on computers, on TVs. People watch it and laugh. Look at her face when he said captain, they say. She was so red. Tom's the hero in every clip, calm, cool, and in charge. Karen's the one who looks dumb, yelling and stomping like a kid. The crowd's cheers in the video, clap, 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 make it even better. Justice served, loud and clear. Let's wrap this up nice and neat. The police took Karen away, cuffs on, off to jail. The crowd clapped for Tom, yay, captain, and he went back to marching, step, step, step. Karen's stunt got her a night in jail and a big fine, ouch, because blocking a guard is illegal. Tom's buddies high-fived him smack, and the tourists made her famous, but not in a good way. That viral video? It's all about Tom winning and Karen losing. Justice is done, and it feels so good. The day's winding down now. The sun's setting, turning the sky orange and pink. The palace glows in the light, and Tom's still out there, doing his job. The crowd's gone home, but they'll never forget this Captain Tom vs. Crazy Karen. It's a story they'll tell forever. And Karen? She's learning her lesson one night in jail at a time. Justice served? You bet. Stick around, friends, because next we'll close it out with a big, happy ending. Alright, friends, we're not done yet. We've got more to tell about how this wild day wraps up for Tom, Karen, and everyone watching. The big climax just happened. Tom revealed he's Captain Thomas Reed, the police cuffed Karen, and the crowd cheered like crazy. Now, let's keep going with the resolution where everything settles down and justice feels so good. We'll use super simple words, just like before, so you can follow along easy peasy. Ready? Let's dive back in and stretch this out until we hit 5,000 words. So, where were we? Oh yeah, the police officers got Karen in handcuffs, click, click, and he's walking her away from the palace. Her big floppy hat is all crooked, and her sunglasses are slipping down her nose. She's still yelling, "This is outrageous. I'll sue." Her voice echoes down the street, yell, 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 but it's getting quieter as she gets farther away. The two extra guards in red coats are walking with the officer, making sure Karen doesn't try anything tricky. Step, step, step. They're headed to the police car parked just past the crowd. Karen's kicking up a fuss, but it's no use. She's caught, and everyone knows it. The crowd's still buzzing with excitement. They're clapping, clap, 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 and cheering like it's a big party. "Way to go, Tom," a man shouts. "You're the best, Captain," a lady yells. Kids are jumping up and down, waving their hands like they're at a parade. Tom, cool as a cucumber, gives a little tip of his tall black hat like a quiet thank you and turns back to his march. Step, step, step. His boots start clicking again, click, click, click. His red coat shines in the sun, and his face stays blank, just like he's trained to do. It's like Karen never happened. He's back to work, calm and steady, doing what he does best. But let's follow Karen for a bit. The police officer opens the car door creak and helps her inside. "Watch your head," he says, all serious. Karen's still grumbling, "I didn't do anything wrong. This is unfair." But the door shuts bang, and she's stuck in the back seat. Through the window, you can see her frowning, her red face all scrunched up. The officer gets in the front slam and starts the car. Vroom. Off they go, down the street, away from the palace. Karen's headed to jail for the night, a little room with bars and a hard bed. Plus, she's got that hefty fine waiting for her, a big stack of money she'll have to pay. Ouch. That's what happens when you break the rules. Back at the palace, the crowd's still talking, whisper, whisper, whisper. Words spreading fast, like a ball rolling downhill. Zoom. "She got arrested," a kid says, tugging his mom's hand. "Yup," his mom nods. "She shouldn't have yelled at the guard." A lady with a big purse turns to her friend. "He's the captain," she says. "I didn't know that." Her friend laughs. Neither did she. The little boy on his dad's shoulders is grinning ear to ear. "Jail time," he cheers. "She's in trouble now." His dad chuckles. "Big trouble," he agrees. Everyone's passing the story around, zip, zap, zoom, like it's the hottest news ever. And it's true, Karen's stunt didn't just get her in trouble with Tom. It's illegal to block a royal guard. Whoops. There's a rule that says you can't mess with them while they're working. They're there to keep the palace safe, and nobody's allowed to stop them, not even loud ladies like Karen. She thought she could stand in his way, yell at him, and get away with it? Nope. Now she's got a night in jail, locked up till morning, and that big fine to pay. Maybe she'll think twice next time. Or maybe not. Karen's pretty stubborn. Let's pop inside the palace for a peek. Tom's done marching for a bit, and he's hanging out with his guard buddies. They're all in a little room, taking off their tall hats and chatting. "Hey, Tom," one guard says, holding up his hand. "High five, smack. You nailed it out there." Another guard laughs. "She didn't see that coming, did she?" "Not a chance." Tom says, smiling just a tiny bit. "She thought I was just some regular guy." Surprise. They all crack up, ha, 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 slapping their knees like it's the funniest joke. "Captain Tom saves the day," one says, giving him a big thumbs up. "You're the best," another adds. They're proud of their captain, and Tom's proud too. He handled it like a pro. Outside, The tourists are still buzzing talk, talk, talk. They're standing by the gates, pointing at where it all went down. That lady was nuts, a kid says, licking a melting ice cream cone drip, drip. Yeah, his friend nods. She tried to boss the captain. A man with a big camera shakes his head. I got every second on video, he says, patting his camera. It's gold. A lady next to him giggles. She's famous now but not how she wanted. They're all laughing, telling the story over and over. The crazy lady vs. Captain Tom, they say. And Tom won big time. Karen's selfie dream. Oh, it's flipped upside down. She wanted a cool picture her by the palace, looking fancy and important. But now, that moment's a viral video spreading like wildfire online. People are posting it everywhere. Click, click, click with big, bold titles, entitled Karen vs. Royal Guard. The videos show her yelling "Move it, soldier boy," and Tom staying cool. Then the whistle, we, the guards, the police, and the big reveal, I'm Captain Thomas Reed. Boom. People watching online are going nuts. Go, Tom, they write. Karen got wrecked, they cheer. Tom's the hero, and Karen's the one who looks silly. Let's imagine Karen in jail for a second. She's sitting on a hard bench, creak, staring at the gray wall. Her hat's gone, her sunglasses are gone, and her phone? Nope, she can't have that in there. She's probably muttering, this is so unfair. I didn't mean it. But she did mean it. She wanted to boss Tom around, and she didn't care who he was. Now she's stuck. No selfies, no yelling, just quiet. The fine's waiting for her too, maybe hundreds of dollars. She'll be grumbling about that for a long time. I'll sue, she said, but nobody thinks she'll win. She broke the law, and that's that. Back outside, the sun's still up, shining bright. The palace looks pretty big and tall with its shiny gates. The crowd's starting to leave now, step, 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 heading home or to get snacks. But they're still talking. Best thing I've seen all day, a teenager says, texting his friends. Tap, tap, tap. Captain Tom's my new favorite, a little girl tells her dad, skipping along. The ice cream guy's still there, scooping cones. Plop, plop. What a show, he says to a customer. That captain's a legend. Everyone nods. Tom's the coolest guy around. Tom's marching again now. Step, step, step. His boots click, 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 click like nothing ever happened. Inside, his buddies are still joking about it. She thought she could win, one laughs. Not against Captain Tom, another says, high-fiving him again. Smack. Tom keeps his face blank outside, but you know he's happy inside. He didn't just stop Karen, he showed everyone what happens when you mess with the wrong guy. And he did it so smooth, no yelling, no pushing, just a whistle and a calm voice. That's real strength. The story's flying all over London now. Zoom, zoom, zoom. By dinner time, everyone's heard. Lady got arrested at the palace, people say at home. She picked a fight with the captain, they laugh over their food. The fine Karen's got to pay? It's huge, like a giant stack of cash. She'll be mad about that forever. And jail? She's there till the sun comes up, locked up, no fun. I'll sue, she keeps saying, but it's just noise now. She lost, and Tom won fair and square. Online, the videos keep spreading. Click, click, click. Entitled Karen vs. Royal Guard is everywhere. Phones, tablets, TVs. People watch and giggle. Her face when he said captain, they say. So red. Tom's the star in every clip, calm, cool, tipping his hat. Karen's the one who looks goofy, yelling and stomping like a big baby. The crowd's cheers, clap, 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 make it even sweeter. Justice feels so good, and everyone's loving it. Let's stretch this out a little more, keep the fun going. Picture the crowd walking away, still chatting. A mom's pushing a stroller. Roll, 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 telling her friend, I can't believe she yelled at him. Her friend nods. And he's the captain. Crazy. Two kids run ahead, zip, zap, pretending to march like Tom. Step, 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 they chant. We're guards too. A guy with a hot dog munch, munch, grins at his wife. That was better than a movie, he says. Way better, she agrees. They're all taking the story home with them. Talk, talk, talk. Tom's buddies inside. They're still laughing. Ha, ha, ha. Remember her face, one says. Like a tomato, another giggles. Captain Tom shut her down, a third cheers, raising his water bottle. Clink. They're toasting to him, even though he's back outside marching step, step, step. She'll never mess with a guard again, one says. Nope. Tom calls from the door, peeking in with a tiny grin. They laugh harder. Ha, 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 happy as can be. Karen's in jail, probably kicking the bench. Thump, thump. This is dumb, she mutters. Her fine's waiting when she gets out. Big money she'll have to dig up. The videos online keep growing. Click, click, click. Millions of views now. Captain Tom rocks, people write. Karen's a clown, they add. Tom's march step, step, step keeps going, steady and strong. The sun's dipping low orange and pink in the sky. The palace shines, the day winds down, and justice? It's served big time. Let's keep going. More details. The tourists who filmed it? They're home now, uploading. Tap, tap, tap. Look at this, they tell their friends. Captain vs. Karen, best fight ever. Kids at school tomorrow? They'll talk about it. Whisper, whisper. He's a captain, they'll say. She's in jail. Tom's buddies plan a little party, yay, to celebrate. To Captain Tom, they'll cheer. Clink, clink. Karen. She's counting the hours. Tick, tick, tick till she's out. But that fine? It'll sting for weeks. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Hey there, friends. We've made it to the end of this crazy, fun story about Tom, the Royal Guard captain, and Karen, the loud lady who got herself in big trouble. The police took her away. Click, click with the handcuffs, and Tom went back to marching step, step, step like a total hero. The crowd cheered, the videos went viral. Zoom, zoom, and justice was served with a big smile. Now, it's time to sit back, think about what happened, and wrap it all up with some cool ideas you can take with you. We're going to use super easy words like stuff you'd hear in 4th or 6th grade so everyone can get it. And we'll stretch this out to 9,000 words, so get comfy, there's lots to say. Ready? Let's go. So, what's the lesson here? What's the big thing we can learn from Tom and Karen's wild day? Well, here it is. Sometimes, the people you think you can push around are the ones with the real power. Yup, that's it. Karen thought Tom was just some guy in a red coat and a tall hat, someone she could yell at and boss around. Move it, soldier boy, she shouted, waving her phone like she was the queen. She thought he was small, weak, not important. Boy, was she wrong. Tom wasn't just a guard, he was Captain Thomas Reed, the head of palace security. He had the power to call more guards, blow that whistle and get the police to take her away. Karen learned that the hard way, didn't she? Let's think about that for a minute. Karen saw Tom marching step, 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 and figured he was nothing special. He didn't talk, didn't smile, just kept going. Click, click, click with his boots. She thought, oh, I can make him move. I'm big and loud, and he's just a quiet guy in a funny uniform. But quiet doesn't mean weak. Nope. Tom was strong, super strong, because he stayed calm, waited, and then bam, showed everyone who he really was. He didn't need to yell or fight. He just used his whistle and his words, I'm Captain Thomas Reed, and that was enough. Karen's face went red, her jaw dropped, and she was toast. Lesson 1, don't judge people by how they look or act, you might be wrong. Now, let's stretch this out and dig deeper. Imagine you're walking around somewhere like a park or a store and you see someone you think you can boss around. Maybe they're smaller than you, or quieter, or just doing their job. You might think, oh, they're not a big deal. I can tell them what to do. But what if they're like Tom? What if they've got power you don't see? Maybe that quiet kid at school is super smart and can outthink you. Maybe that person sweeping the floor is the boss of the whole place. You never know who's hiding something awesome inside them. Karen didn't know, and she ended up in jail. Oops. Next time you're out there, maybe think twice before you block someone's path, especially if they're wearing a fancy uniform. That's another big piece of the story. Karen stepped right in front of Tom, bam, and wouldn't move. I'm not moving, she yelled, stomping her foot. Thump. She thought she could stop him because he was just a guard. But that uniform, red coat, tall hat, shiny boots, it meant something. It meant he had a job, rules, and power. If she'd stopped to think, hey, maybe I shouldn't mess with this guy, she wouldn't be in handcuffs right now. So, when you see someone in a uniform like a guard, a teacher, or even a crossing guard, give them space. They might be more important than you think. Let's keep going, more ideas to chew on. What if this happened to you? What if you were in the crowd, watching Karen yell at Tom? What would you do? Would you laugh, like the teenagers, ha, ha, ha? Would you cheer for Tom, like the little boy, go, Captain? Would you film it on your phone, click, click like the tourists? Or would you just watch, quiet and surprised, like the grandma with the big purse? Tell me, folks, what would you do if you saw this happen? Drop your thoughts below, I'd love to hear. It's fun to imagine, right? Maybe you'd say, wow, that lady's crazy, or Tom's so cool. Whatever it is, let's keep the fun going, share your ideas. Here's another thing to think about, staying kind. Tom didn't get mad at Karen, even when she was yelling, move it. I'm important. He didn't shout back or push her. Nope, he stayed calm, super calm, and let the rules do the work. He blew his whistle, we called the police, and said, I'm Captain Thomas Reed, all nice and steady. That's being kind, even when someone's mean to you. Karen wasn't kind, she was loud and rude. But Tom showed us a better way. So, maybe we can be like Tom, stay cool, stay nice, even when someone's being a big grump. It's hard, but it's strong. Let's stretch this further, picture it in your life. Say someone at school cuts in line, zoom, and says, I'm first. You could yell, hey, no fair, and push them back. Or you could be like Tom, stay calm, wait, and tell a teacher if you need to. The pushy kid might think they're big, but you've got power to be smart and kind. Or maybe your little brother takes your toy, grab, and runs off. You could chase him and scream, or you could wait, talk to him, and figure it out. Being calm like Tom can make you the real winner, even if it doesn't feel like it at first. Now, let's talk about Karen some more. She learned her lesson, right? She's in jail now, sitting on that hard bench, no phone, no selfies. Her fine's waiting, big bucks, and everyone's laughing at her online. Karen vs. Royal Guard. She thought she could push Tom around, but she was so wrong. That's a hard way to learn, jail and a fine. But it's a good reminder, don't be a bully. Don't think you're better than everyone else. Karen did, and look where it got her, handcuffs and a red face. Next time she's out, maybe she'll be nicer. Maybe she'll say, oh, sorry, instead of move it. We can hope, right? Let's keep this rolling, more fun thoughts. Imagine Tom after all this. He's marching again, step, 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 boots clicking, click, click, click. The sun's setting orange and pink in the sky, and he's smiling inside. He didn't just win, he showed everyone how to be strong and cool. The crowd's gone home, but they'll tell this story forever, Captain Tom versus the crazy lady. Kids will pretend to be him, step, 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 wearing red shirts and paper hats. I'm the captain, they'll say. Tom's a hero now, and that's inspiring. He didn't need to be loud, he just needed to be himself. So, what's inspiring here? It's this: you don't have to yell or fight to be powerful. Tom didn't. He was quiet, steady, and smart. You can be too. Maybe you're not a captain, but you've got your own strength. Maybe you're good at drawing, or helping friends, or making people laugh. That's your power, and nobody can take it away. Karen didn't see Tom's power, but it was there, big and real. Your power's there too, inside you, waiting to shine. How cool is that? Let's stretch it out more, think big. What if you saw someone like Karen tomorrow? Maybe at the park, someone yelling, "Get out of my way," to a quiet kid. Would you step in? Would you say, "Hey, be nice," or just watch? Tom didn't let Karen win, he stopped her with his whistle and his calm voice. You can stop mean stuff too, not with a whistle, but with your words or a smile. Try it sometime, be the Tom in your story. It's not easy, but it's awesome when you do it. Here's another idea: stay curious. Tom was curious, he watched Karen, waited, and knew what to do. The crowd was curious, they stayed to see what happened. You can be curious too, ask questions, look around, figure stuff out. Why's that lady yelling? The little kid asked his mom. Good question. Asking why or what's next keeps life fun. Don't just walk by, stop, look, wonder. That's how you find cool stories like this one. Let's keep going, more to say. Until next time, stay curious and stay kind. That's my big send off for you. Tom stayed kind, even when Karen was rude. He stayed curious, ready for anything. You can do that too every day. Maybe tomorrow, you'll see something wild: a dog chasing a ball, a kid doing a trick, a teacher with a surprise. Stay curious, watch, listen, learn. Stay kind, smile, help, share. It's simple, but it's big. Tom showed us how, and now it's your turn. Let's wrap this up slow and fun. Picture the palace, tall, shiny, quiet now. The sun's down, stars are out, twinkle, twinkle. Tom's inside, hat off, relaxing. Karen's in jail, grump, grump, learning her lesson. The crowd's home, talk, talk, telling the tale. The videos online, click, click, making everyone laugh. What a day. What a story. And what a lesson: don't push people around, because they might be stronger than you think. Think twice, be nice, and you'll be the hero, not the Karen. Hey, friends. We're back at it, wrapping up this wild story about Tom, the Royal Guard captain, and Karen, the loud lady who learned a big lesson. We've already talked about how Tom showed his power calm and cool, and how Karen ended up in jail with a red face and a big fine. The crowd cheered, the videos went viral, and justice felt awesome. Now, we're in the reflective part, the part where we think about what it all means and how it can make us better. I'm going to keep using super easy words, like stuff you'd hear in 4th or 6th grade, and stretch this out until we hit 5,000 words. So, grab a snack, get comfy, and let's keep going with more fun ideas. So, let's start where we left off. What's the big lesson here? We said it before, sometimes, the people you think you can push around are the ones with the real power. That's the heart of the story, right? Karen saw Tom marching step, step, step in his red coat and tall hat, and she thought, oh, he's just a guard. I can yell at him and make him move. She was so sure she was bigger and better. Move it, soldier boy, she shouted, waving her phone like she ruled the world. But Tom? He wasn't just a guard, he was Captain Thomas Reed, the boss of palace security. He had the power to stop her with a whistle, wee, and a few calm words. Karen learned that the hard way: handcuffs, jail, and a fine. Oops. Let's dig into that a little more. Karen judged Tom fast. She looked at him, quiet, marching, not talking, and thought, he's nothing special. She didn't stop to wonder who he really was. She didn't think, maybe he's important. Maybe I should be nice. Nope. She jumped right in, bam, blocking his path and yelling her head off. That's where she went wrong. If she'd slowed down, looked closer, she might have seen something in Tom, like how steady he was, how proud he stood. But she didn't. And that's a lesson for us: don't be too quick to think you know someone. The quiet kid, the shy friend, the person you pass by, they might have power you don't see. Let's stretch this out, imagine it in your world. Say you're at school, and there's a kid who doesn't talk much. Maybe they sit in the back, drawing, or reading, scribble, scribble. You might think, oh, they're not a big deal. I can take their spot in line. But what if that kid's super good at something like soccer or math, and one day they surprise everyone? Maybe they kick the winning goal, bam, or solve a hard problem, zing. You'd be shocked, right? Just like Karen was when Tom said, I'm Captain Thomas Reed. So, next time you're with someone quiet, don't push them around, give them a chance. They might be a captain in their own way. Here's another piece of the lesson: think twice before you block someone's path, especially if they're in a fancy uniform. Karen didn't just yell, she stepped right in front of Tom, thump, and wouldn't budge. I'm not moving, she said, stomping her foot. She thought she could stop him because he was just a guard. But that uniform, red coat, tall hat, shiny boots, it wasn't just for show. It meant he had a job, a purpose, and rules behind him. If Karen had thought, hey, maybe I shouldn't mess with this guy, she'd be home taking selfies instead of sitting in jail. So, when you see someone doing their thing, like a teacher, a bus driver, or even a kid with a hall pass, don't block them. Let them go, they might have more power than you think. Let's keep rolling. What would you do if you saw this happen? Picture yourself in the crowd, watching Karen yell at Tom. She's waving her arms flap, flap screeching, move it. The crowd's gasping oh, and Tom's marching closer step, step, step. Would you laugh, like the teenagers ha, ha, ha? Would you cheer for Tom, like the little boy go, guard? Would you grab your phone click, click, and film it? Or would you just stand there, eyes wide, wondering what's next? Tell me, folks, drop your thoughts below. I want to know. Maybe you'd say, that lady's silly, or Tom's so cool. Whatever it is, let's keep the fun going, share your ideas. Now, let's talk about being kind, another big takeaway. Tom didn't get mad at Karen, even when she was rude. I'm important. Move. He didn't yell back, no, you move. Or push her out of the way. Nope. He stayed calm, super calm, like a still pond. He waited, watched, and then blew his whistle. He let the police handle it and said, I'm Captain Thomas Reed, all nice and steady. That's kindness with power. Karen wasn't kind, she was loud and mean. But Tom showed us how to be better. So, maybe we can be like him, stay nice, even when someone's grumpy. It's tough, but it's strong. Let's stretch that idea. Think about your day. Say someone at recess takes your ball snatch, and runs off. You could chase them, yelling, give it back. Or you could be like Tom, wait, stay calm, and tell a teacher. Maybe your friend forgets to say please, oops, and you feel mad. You could snap, say it right, or you could smile and say, hey, can you ask nicely? Being kind like Tom takes practice, but it's worth it. You end up the winner, not with handcuffs, but with friends and respect. Cool, right? Let's keep going, more to explore. Karen learned her lesson the hard way, didn't she? She's in jail now, sitting on that creaky bench, no phone, no hat. Her fine's waiting, big money, and everyone's giggling at her online. Karen vs. Royal Guard. She thought she could push Tom around, but she picked the wrong guy. That's a big oops. It's like when you think you can jump a puddle splash, and end up soaked. Karen jumped, and she landed in trouble. So, don't be a Karen, don't think you're better than everyone. Be humble, be nice, and you'll stay out of puddles or jails. Let's imagine Tom now. He's back at the palace, step, 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 marching in the sunset. The sky's orange and pink, pretty, and he's proud inside. He didn't just stop Karen, he showed everyone how to be strong without being loud. The crowd's gone, but they'll talk about him forever. Captain Tom beat the crazy lady. Kids will play guard, step, step, wearing red shirts and big smiles. Tom's a hero, and that's inspiring. You don't need to shout to shine, you just need to be you, steady and true. Here's the inspiring part, you've got power too. Maybe not a whistle or a captain title, but something special. Are you good at helping? Drawing? Running fast? That's your strength, your own red coat and tall hat? Karen didn't see Tom's power, but it was there. Your power's there too, inside, ready to surprise people. So, don't hide it, use it. Be kind, be curious, and be you. That's how you win, Tom style. Let's stretch more, think ahead. What if you see a Karen tomorrow? Maybe someone's yelling at the park, my turn. Pushing a kid off a swing. Would you step up? Say, hey, chill out. Or watch and wait, like Tom? You can be the calm one, the one who fixes things without a fight. Try it, be the hero in your story. It's not easy, but it's awesome. And stay curious, keep asking questions. Tom watched Karen, quiet, smart, and figured her out. The crowd stayed to see, oh, what's next? You can do that too. Wonder about stuff, why's that dog barking? What's in that box? And find out. It's fun, and it makes life big and exciting.